to folk stories and taste life's flavors. Hello everyone. Welcome to Story Inn. Today, I bring you a folk story, The Horny Widow. If the story is wonderful, please leave your comments in the comments section. Please like and follow. Thank you very much. During the Ming Wanli period, there was a place called Xinhua Village in Jiangnian. The place is beautiful with clear water and green mountains, and simple folk customs. However, in this peaceful village, there lived a coquettish widow named Liu Rumei. Liu Rumei was 28 years old, with snow-jian white skin, with beautiful eyes and eyebrows, with a graceful figure. Since her husband died, she has lived alone. She has nothing to do every day. She only heard the sounds of the neighbors' lovemaking, and felt more lonely and unbearable. Next door to Liu Rumei lived a young couple. The man is Zhang Dashuang, and her name is Li Kuaihua. Zhang Dashuang is strong and healthy, and strong and is a good farmer. Li Kuaihua is beautiful, and open-minded. After they got married, they were inseparable, every day, and deeply in love. Whenever night falls, they closed the door, enjoying the intimacy. The sound was high and low and sometimes urgent, like the sound of nature. But it made Liu Rumei feel itchy and unbearable. She tossed and turned, and couldn't sleep. One late night, Liu Rumei was awakened by the sounds of love next door. She lay in bed, listening to the blushing and heartbeat sounds. A nameless urge rose in her heart. She got up, put on her clothes, and walked to the window. Watching the bright moon in the night sky, she thought to herself that she was young. How could I waste my time like this? Why not find a man and enjoy the joy of love? Thinking of this, Liu Rumei felt a throbbing in her heart. He could no longer contain his inner desire, and decided to take the initiative. She put on her most beautiful clothes and dressed up carefully, and then gathered courage and gently knocked on the door next door. Zhang Dashuang and Li Kuixia were immersed in pleasure. They were suddenly awakened by the knock on the door. They hurriedly put on their clothes and felt uneasy. Zhang Dashuang asked courageously, "Who is it?" "It is me, Liu Rumei." A coquettish voice came from outside the door. Hearing this, Zhang Dashuang and Li Kuixia were both shocked. They knew Liu Rumei was a coquettish widow. In daily life, she was jealous of their loving life. They didn't expect that she would come to their door tonight. They looked at each other, with a hint of lewdness in their eyes. Zhang Dashuang opened the door. Liu Rumei stood at the door, with a swaying figure, and charming. He swallowed his saliva. He asked, "Rumei, it is so late. Is there anything wrong?" Liu Rumei giggled and said, "Zhang Dashuang, I'm scared to be alone at home. Can I stay with you tonight?" Hearing this, Zhang Dashuang was overjoyed. He said, "Of course, come in quickly." Then he took Liu Rumei's hand and pulled her into the house. Seeing this, Li Kuixia was also secretly happy. She knew there would be a good show tonight, and deliberately pretended to be jealous and said, "Dashuang, why did you bring Rumei in? We didn't prepare a bed for her." Liu Rumei said, coquettishly, "Kuaihua, don't tease me. I just want to talk to brother Dashuang tonight and chat." Seeing this, Zhang Dashuang, he said hurriedly, "Kuixi, don't worry too much. Rumei is scared to be at home alone, so we just accompany her." He then pulled Liu Rumei to sit on the bed. The three sat in the room. They talked one after another. As they talked, the atmosphere became increasingly ambiguous. Zhang Dashuang looked at Liu Rumei's beautiful face. A strong desire rose in his heart. He couldn't hold back anymore. He hugged Liu Rumei in his arms, and was about to kiss her. Liu Rumei was held in Zhang Dashuang's arms. She feigned struggling a few times. She called out, "Dashuang brother, this is not allowed." But her voice was full of tenderness. Without any rejection, Li Kuixia watched from the side, with a barely perceptible smile on her lips. Instead of stopping, but also leaned forward, gently stroking Liu Rumei's hair and saying, "Liu Rumei, just give in to Dashuang. The three of us together, we will be happy like immortals." Liu Rumei, half-heartedly, complied with Zhang Dazhuang, and soon they fell on the bed. Seeing this, Li Kuixia was also aroused, so she took off her clothes and joined them. The room was filled with spring, and full of spring. The three of them enjoyed the pleasure of love, as if to release all the loneliness and depression. So on this night, the desires of the three people were like a burning flame, burned freely in that small room, forgetting the rules of the world and the eyes of others, and indulged in the yuanshi pleasures. However, this unethical act eventually couldn't be hidden. There was a rogue named Wang Ermazi in the village, passing by Zhang Dazhuang's house in the middle of the night. He heard unusual noises coming from the house. He quietly lay by the window to peek. He was overjoyed when he saw the scene inside, and thought he had caught a big scandal. The next day, Wang Ermazi started in the village, spreading the scandal of Zhang's family. The news spread like wildfire, quickly spread throughout the entire Xinhua village. The villagers were shocked when they heard the news. They didn't expect that Zhang Dazhuang, who always seemed honest, and his beautiful wife Li Kuahua would do such a scandalous thing, not to mention, and the widow Liu Rumei was also involved. After hearing about this, the elders in the village, they felt it was a serious damage to the village's reputation. They decided to gather the villagers to punish Zhang Dazhuang, Li Kuixia, and Liu Rumei. The three were taken to the village ancestral hall, surrounded by pointing and criticizing villagers. The elders in the village looked serious and scolded their behavior, which violated the rules of ancestors and human ethics. Zhang Dazhuang and Li Kuixia only then realized the seriousness of the matter. They regretted it, bowed their heads, and dared not look at everyone. Liu Rumei was also ashamed. She just wanted to relieve loneliness, but she didn't expect to cause such a big fire. After the villagers decided to expel Zhang Dazhuang's family from the village. As for Liu Rumei, she was already a widow and had no place in the village, and was also asked to leave. Zhang Dazhuang and Li Kuixia packed their simple belongings and left Xinhua village with the size of the villagers. Liu Rumei also followed them silently. They reflected on their mistakes as they walked. They left the beautiful Xinhua village. They didn't know what awaited them ahead, but they knew because of their momentary indulgence, they lost the peaceful life they once had. And after they left Xinhua village, gradually returned to its former tranquility. But whenever people mentioned this matter, they couldn't help but sigh. This also became a warning to the descendants of the village to abide by moral ethics.